Sorry, this is part two. It will be part two. I don't know where it stopped. I apologize. Um, I tried to bring up my video and look where it stopped. It looked like it might have stopped where I washed the potatoes, but I didn't even get to cut them yet. I am not sure where it stopped. I will look on my phone because it's easier to go through the video through my phone. So I will look on my phone, but I apologize because if it did stop at the potatoes, I cut up all the potatoes. I finished cooking the vegetables, getting them browned, and then I browned the ground beef all the way. It's totally done. I dumped the ground beef with the vegetables, the carrots, celery, and onions into the crock pot. Now I got to add the rest of the recipes. So it will be 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 2 cups of water, a carton of beef stock, which is 32 ounces, but mine is 2 cans, so it'll be 29 ounces. It'll be a little short, but that's okay. Salt, pepper to taste, 2 tablespoons of dried parsley, one bag, about 2 cups worth of frozen mixed veggies, 1 large russet potato, which I did about 3 potatoes. One was a little big, not too big. The other one was medium and one was small. So, and then 2 to 3 cups of mix of elbow macaroni. It says macaroni noodles, but cooked. Okay, but I'll cook them right before tonight, okay? Sorry, this live will be short. I will be a little late on my live on Facebook, but this live will be short. But I'm going to show you the finishings of me mixing it all up, okay? So I'm going to go in the order of this says here. So it says 2 regular-sized cans of tomato soup. Remember I told you at the beginning of the first video the measurements of the tomato sauce you're going to use instead of, okay? So that'll be 1 3/4 and another 1/8. So I'm just going to use this 1 3/4. So let's go with the. Let's dump this in there, this whole thing. Okay, and let's dump the other one in there. It is now at 3/4. So let's go. Okay, it is just a hair before 1 3/4, and then I still need the 1/8. So I'm going to open the second can. Okay? Let's see, my phone closed. Okay. So if you need to use tomato paste instead, you can. It says 1 to 2 tablespoons of tomato paste in place of a 14.5-ounce can of diced tomatoes. So just give you a heads up on that. Okay? So let's open this tomato sauce, this third can of tomato sauce. So if you're using the small cans, you're going to need a third can. Okay? Okay. That is 1 3/4. So I'm going to dump it in there. And when I have to put the water in here, I'm just going to put it in here with this. It'll rinse it out. Now I need 1/8, so I'm going to just do half before I get to the 1/4. Oops. That was a little much. Okay, that'll work. Just a little bit more. Okay, that'll work. I'm just getting it out.
Sorry.
I am probably going to. I dumped the rest into. It was just probably not much. Too much for the probably to add there, but not enough to even save. Okay. Okay. Next it says 2 cans of diced tomatoes. I'm going to do the 1 can I have. It says do not drain it. It wants the juice. Okay, and I said I was going to use the Rotel. It's not the same size. It's about 4.5 ounces smaller, but it's okay. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to stir it around a little bit because I don't want to have too much in here to have to try to mix. Okay? Okay, guys? You don't want to overpile it and then try to mix it all. You know. Okay? Alright, so next is the carton of beef stock, so the 2 cans of beef broth I have. If you have a carton, so be it, that's 32 ounces. It'll go a little bit higher than this. It's already a little high, so I don't know. I need to get a new pot, regular pot anyway. Okay, I mixed that in. Next, it says 2 cups of water. That'll just fit in there and there won't be nothing else. So let's see. Rinse the tomato sauce. My water will look a little red because I put it in the same thing where the tomato. All right, that's enough. If I had to put more liquid, it wouldn't be hot because I will show you guys. Yeah, it's not, shouldn't be that high. So it won't, no more liquid will be going in here. And I'm going to get a big pot so I can do it in a regular pot next time. And I'm going to just simmer it for 2 to 3 hours. That's all it asks. 2 to 3 hours simmer, but I wanted to do it in a crock pot. Okay? Because I felt like it, guys. I felt like it. And it's my business. Your business. Do what you want, says Tabitha Brown. It's your business. Alrighty. So, salt, pepper to taste. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. 1 tablespoon of onion powder. So let's do this. Okay, 1 tablespoon of onion powder. I knew it wouldn't be enough. I was hoping it would use it all up because I can start on the next one.
I'm sure you have thinking a lot about this.
I know I have some more somewhere.
50 years after the black guy. Faithful.
I knew it. Right here. Thought it was maybe the glass one, like this one, but no. So let's open it. Let's get going. I bought it before I saw how low I was. I thought it was already going to be been opening. Oh.
I think Uncle Dick sent me a message. Don't wait around like I did. Get out there and live.
Okay. Alrighty, 1. Now this, you have to, instead of just opening the lid, you have to pop that plastic off. The holes in it. Okay?
I gave her a lot to think about. So you wait.
It's a little more yellow. The garlic powder looks a little more yellow. So I was looking at it thinking, can you tell the difference between that and onion powder and garlic powder? Okay, 2 tablespoons of dried parsley flakes. Gotta take the little plastic thing off too. On all these that are. I guess you could use fresh if you wanted. But it says.
I was thinking about that matter again. How about a None of that is happening.
Okay?
Whatever the
And about 2 cups of
this is better. This is
frozen veggies and then the potatoes.
You know, which means that
They're gonna fit in here.
which in turn means they're bringing more winter.
Let me stir up these spices. I hope so.
Yeah, because I gotta go to the business.
The macaroni noodles, I'm not too sure. We're gonna try. If not, then I'll put a little bit of macaroni noodles in the bowls. And then add some soup. And then put the rest of the macaroni noodles in. The crock pot with the soup. But I'll get some soup out first.
Okay, so now.
Okay, so
Yeah.
to get the potatoes in there, okay, I'm gonna cut up potatoes. Careful, I don't want to splat. Okay, they went in there. Mix them up. I'm gonna watch this because I don't want it to get too. Alrighty, now the 2 cups of frozen vegetables. The cups that you use to scoop up dry mixture, I guess I don't know how much different it is because I was just gonna put the 2 cups in here for the vegetables. Now I'm trying to think, looking at my pot that is all messed up, would it even fit all this? Because it's not even as big as a crock pot, so. Now I'm looking here, there's not a lot left, so I'm just gonna add the rest. There wasn't a lot left. Gotta get me some more mixed vegetables, so I gotta write all this stuff down that I used up that I need to get more of. Especially the onion, I gotta see what the onion was for, because it was for another recipe. Because the hamburger didn't call for onion, not the other one. But it's okay. Usually I'll have cut up onion in the freezer for purposes. Oh, it's already looking good. I will show you guys what it looks like, and then I'll put the lid on it and get it started. Okay? All right. So, see that, guys? All right. I'm going to put it for 8 hours, but I will check it at like 6.5, 7. Okay? Hi, Shannon. Were you on the other one? I don't know where the video stopped on the first one. I tried to look at it before I started again, but it looked like it might have stopped where I was cleaning off the potatoes before I cut them. But I'm not too sure. I'll have to check my phone. It's easier to check than the computer. I have to check again because I'm not so sure. Yeah, I didn't even know it went off, and I don't know why it did. There was no reason for it. It's not low battery. Nothing to do with internet. The first time it was for the internet, but that came back and it was able to continue. So I got to check to see where it stopped. But I know, I already explained if it was about the potatoes. I had cut the potatoes up, finished browning the vegetables, and then browned the ground beef, and then mixed it all and then put it in the crock pot. And then as you see on this video, I've been adding all the other seasonings and vegetables. And so I will go over it one more time. It's 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 medium yellow onion, or you can use a white onion, 2 medium-sized carrots. I use like 4 or 5 carrots. 3 stalks of celery with leaves intact, and both of them diced. The onion, carrot, and celery diced. I used a couple, I think 1 more stalk of celery. Okay, 3 tablespoons of butter in the pan, and then put all the diced onions, carrots, and celery in there. Brown them up, get them a little soft, not too much, and then put in the 2 pounds of ground beef. Once that cooks so it's not red no more, dump it into the crock pot if you're using the crock pot. If you're not, dump them into one of your pots or a bigger pot. You want a bigger pot than this, I'll promise you. Because this pot's not as big as my crock pot, so it wouldn't fit in here. So thank goodness I did the crock pot. But and I need to get a new one anyways because it's messed up. Look at that. It's a cheap one. It was just to hold us over until we can get another one. So I need to get another one. It's going to probably cost me between 20 and 40. Because I'm going to get the same lady that does these pans, the Pioneer woman. I want to get it. So yeah, we were going to get one a whole set that costs like $100, but we can't afford the set right now. We need that pot because that's where I cook my pasta, spaghetti, and all that stuff. So yeah, I may be able to use it tonight just to cook my macaroni noodles. But that's it. I'm gonna try to get a pan before the next time after that. But anyways, so yeah, then I put everything in there, and then you dump it. If you are using a big pot, you can probably cook the vegetables and the ground beef in the big pot, so you don't have to transfer. You don't have to cook it in a pan. Just cook it in a big pot, okay? And if you're using like the 80-20 ground beef and it's too much, it's a lot of oil or fat, you want to drain it. But if you're using like a 97-3 or 90-10 or something with less fat in there, then you don't have to drain it, okay? But then once you got it in the pot or in your crock pot, whatever, you're going to put your 2 cans of tomato soup, 2 cans of diced tomatoes. If you don't have tomato soup, you can use tomato sauce. And like I said, for 2 cans, you're going to use 1 3/4 and 1/8. 1 3/4 cup and 1/8 cup of tomato sauce, okay? And you can use tomato paste as well. That would be 1 to 2 tablespoons of tomato paste in place of the 14.5-ounce can of diced tomatoes. Okay, guys? And then I just use a can of Rotel, the diced tomatoes and chilies. So it's got a little bit of a bolder flavor, but it's okay. And the can was about 4 ounces smaller, so that's okay because I only had 1 can of diced tomatoes. And I needed 2. 1 carton of beef stock, which is 32 ounces, but I had cans only, so I used 2 cans, which is 29 ounces total. So it's only like 3 ounces short, which is okay because crockpot's too full anyways. 2 cups of water, salt, pepper to taste, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder and onion powder, and 2 tablespoons of dry parsley, 1 bag, about 2 cups of frozen mixed vegetables, 1 large russet potato, peeled and diced. I did one was almost large, but not quite, a medium and a real small one. So I did a little extra. And then 2 to 3 cups of cooked macaroni noodles. But I'm going to do that before I come on here tonight to finish it up, okay? Now the mixed vegetables, I just poured in there. Oh yeah, I did measure it, 2 cups. But I had just a little bit more left in the bag, and it wasn't worth saving, so I just dumped it in there. Okay? And mine wasn't a russet potato, it was a yellow. The yellow potato, it's called yellow potatoes, yeah. But you can use russet potato too. I just had a few of those left, so I wanted to use them up. They were still good. Okay? Now, if you're doing it in a crock pot that's about the size of my crock pot, the liquid's all the way to the top, or just a hair below. So, be careful. So if you have a 32-ounce size of beef stock, it might go a little higher because that's 3 ounces more of liquid. So what I suggest, instead of doing the crock pot, just do it in the pot. But when you're done with everything, I'm going to put this on 8 hours, but I'm going to check it at 6.5, 7 hours. Okay? That's what you do if you do it in the crock pot. But if you are going to do it in a pot, after the veggies are done browning up in the pan and you cook the ground beef, leave it in there, add all the other ingredients, all the liquid, all the seasonings, everything, and then you're going to reduce the heat to low and let the soup simmer for 2 to 3 hours. 2 to 3 hours. You're going to simmer it for 2 to 3 hours. Okay, because then it says if you make this in your crock pot, you can cook it on low for up to 8 hours. So that's where I got that idea. But when the soup is finished, you can add the cooked macaroni, or if you don't, because it'll make it real thick, the soup, because it'll soak up some of the liquid. But if you want more liquidy soup, just add macaroni in a bowl and then add soup in there. That's what I do for me and my husband's bowl. I might add the soup, and then add some macaroni in there, because if I add the macaroni into the crock pot, it might overflow it, unless it cooks down some while it's cooking during the 8 hours. I don't know. We'll see. But then after I serve me and my husband's soup, then I'll put the rest of the macaroni noodles in the crock pot. And it says 2 to 3 cups. I'll probably put closer to 3 cups. That's me. I always put more than I need. But we'll do that. But I'll come back tonight about, let me say about 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock Central Time. Because my husband doesn't usually get home to near 8 with the bus. Sometimes he gets home around 7 something if somebody brings him part way. But let me see. No, let me get this started. Hi, 8 hours. Okay, we get it started. So while I'm talking, since I'm done adding everything. Okay, so it started. 1:15. 7:15 will be 6 hours. So 8:15 will be about 7 hours. I'm behind. So I will go live. $7:30. Sorry if it's late for you Eastern people, because it'll be 8:30 over there. Sorry. But if it gets close to time, close to 7:30, and which will be 7:15 will be 6 hours, so 7:30 would be 6 hours and 15 minutes. And if it's not done, if it needs to go to 7 or 8 hours, me and my husband will be eating late. But then I will just put a message on YouTube in a post and on Facebook that because it's way too late, I'm going to pre-record this last part and upload it tomorrow. I will do that. But if it stays, if it's good at the 6 hour mark, then I will 6 or 6.5 hour mark, then I will come live, and it'll be part 3. Okay? So at 6:15, I will check this. That will be 6 hours, and if it looks like it's doing good, then I'll start the noodles and come to you guys at 6:30. Okay? 6:30 Central Time. Okay? But if it looks like it needs more cooking time, but I will taste the potatoes and the carrots. Those are the more concerns, because carrots, they take longer to get soft than potatoes. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, and I'm going to end this the way I end all my lives. And I'm going to go live over on Facebook. I know I'm late, Shannon. I usually go live at 1 o'clock, So I can see you're still on here, Shannon. You going to come join me? You going to come join me on Facebook? I'm going on Elizabeth's Life. So if you want to come over there and join me, I'll probably set it up and be cleaning up some while I'm talking to you guys. Okay, so if you want to come join me, come over to Elizabeth's Life. I'm just going to end this, and then I'll set up my Elizabeth's Life. All right? So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And if you were watching my first video and join me on part 2, I thank you. I love you guys. And stay positive. And I will see you on the next pre-recorded or live video. I'm going right now on the Facebook. Okay? And I'll see you guys later. If you watch this video before tonight, I'll see you guys later on tonight about 6:30 Central Time. 6:30 Central Time. 1 hour ahead before Eastern. Okay? And 1 hour after Mountain and 2 hours after Pacific. Okay? And if the soup's not ready when it's supposed to be and it gets too late, I will put a message on YouTube and Facebook letting you guys know I will pre-record it and upload it tomorrow. But most likely it should be okay. So 6:30 tonight. And I'm heading over to Facebook on Elizabeth's Life right now. Okay? It is 1:20 Central Time. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.